All right, Wolfpack. Here's Coach Miles taking technology to a whole new level. I just want to talk about the defensive triangle. We did actually a really good job on Friday, and I would have to say that that's probably how we won that game. Actually, we allowed them not to come in and take a shot for the most part. Like we did really well. But I just kind of wanted to kind of review what the triangle is. And if you don't get this is a good thing for even your parents to watch, so they can understand and help you explain it. So anyway, so here we are. We're the dark players. So we have our two forwards up front, and then we have our center, our right defenseman, our left defenseman, and our goalie. The red player is the center on their team. So they're the bad guys, the red. All right. So if we start off right now, taking a look at it, there's our triangle. Okay. We can call this the Bermuda Triangle, right? We don't want anybody going in there at all. We want to keep them out, okay? So when we take a look at it, best way to explain it and knowing everybody's zones is that we can split the ice into two halves, right? So you have the right half, the one side of that center line, and then the left half, okay? So there's two sides on the other side of that line, okay? And kind of explain it a little bit more, there's our box, okay? So that's our right defenseman's box, okay? And that's kind of where the zone is that we want to keep the players outside of, their players. And then we can add in the third zone right there, so you can kind of see the left defenseman's zone, all right? So there you go. There's two boxes, two zones on each side of that middle line, okay? The center is going to play in each box, right? But the defensemen are only going to play in their zones, okay? So if we kind of show how that looks like, we'll bring in a player. There she is, one of the bad guys. So if she's going to drive the net, like right there, she's going to start coming in on the left side, which means that the center and the left defenseman or defense lady is going to stop her. So the way we stop her is we come together, okay? We keep her out. We don't want her getting in there, okay? We form a little bit of a wall, all right? So you can kind of see that right there, okay? So if she goes back out, or we can maybe restart this, let's draw that line. So that line right there is going to tell you where your zone is going to be, okay? So if you're center, you're playing in all zones. If you're right, if you're on the right side, you're going to play on the right zone, and if you're on the left side, you're going to be on the left zone, and this is for defensemen only. So if she comes skating over here, okay, and she wants to get through on the right side, what happens? Well, the center and the right defenseman come together to form that wall, and the left defense, as you can see, she's right in the middle, protecting the middle in front of the goalie, okay? Just in case a pass or something comes out. All right, so we're keeping her on the outside. That's exactly what we want to do. We don't want her coming in, okay? So what happens if she goes behind the net? So she goes behind the net, and she's right there. So what happens is we regroup and we reposition, but maybe a little bit of a tighter triangle. And by tighter, I mean a little bit closer to the net, okay? So right there. So if she comes over to this side, who's going to be over there making that wall and keeping her on the outside? It'll be the center and the left defense woman, like so. And then the right defense woman will be come right into the middle, right there to protect the middle in front of the goalie, okay? All right? We don't want anybody sneaking in, or we don't want her passing in there, okay? So this is how we keep her on the outside. We just keep with her, okay? So that center and that left defense woman, keep her on the outside. But if she keeps coming over to this side, you shift. That right defense woman comes up with the center, and that left defenseman or defense woman goes into the center, okay? It's all about the sides and zones, okay? What side is the play on is going to determine how the triangle is played, okay? So if she comes back over here, what happens? Yeah, you guessed it. The center's going to come over, And this is on the left side, so the left defenseman, comes over, makes that wall, and that right defensewoman comes in right to the middle, okay? That is how we play the triangle, and that's how we stopped them last game, okay? Good job, and I'll see you guys Friday, and we'll practice this more.